Alright, welcome back. So, our first big topic in energy that we're going to focus on is potential energy. We're going to break it down a little bit and look at it in more detail, learn some new stuff you probably didn't know about potential energy. In order to do this, however, I invited along a famous friend of mine to co-star in this video. His name is Rocco. I would like to introduce you to my good friend, Rocco. Now, you're gonna have to give me a minute here because before Rocco can come and star in my video, I've got to dig him up. We'll be right back. Alright, so Rocco has joined me up here on the porch, and two of us together we're going to teach you a little bit about potential energy. Now Rocco, I guess I'll do the talking. Alright, well, to begin with, we're going to look specifically at four different specific types of potential energy. Rocco's going to teach us about one of them. Now you may look at Rocco and say, yo, that kid hasn't got any potential. Yeah, he does. This fella can do some work for me. Because remember, energy is the ability to do work. So Rocco, Rocco old boy, I want you to do some work for me. I have a Dr. Pepper over yonder. If we look over the side of, whoa, way down, oh, see it down there on the ground? We're sitting up on my deck. Way down there is Dr. Pepper. You see it? Yep. Alright. Well, Rocco, my old buddy, my old pal, go on down there and get my soda for me. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to let Rocco do the work. Alright? He's not doing anything. Ha! Please, Rocco? I mean, pretty please? Will you go get my soda for me? Come on, you're supposed to have some energy. You're supposed to be able to do work. Pretty please? It's not happening. No, for real. He's got potential energy. I know he does. I'm sure of it. Ew. Oh no. I don't know if he made it. Rocco? Rocco. Are you alright, Rocco? Rocco, are you? Ah. He's even still smiling. Nice. Let's take him back up on the porch. Come on, Rocco, old buddy. It's alright, Willie. It's alright. He's alive. He's okay. He's gonna make it. Yeah. Pat him on the face. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. Here we go. Wilbur was worried. He thought maybe Rocco died. The good news is, my old buddy Rocco's got a very hard head. Ooh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. That just gave me an idea. Hey. I think I might know how Rocco can do some work for me. You see, Rocco has what's called gravitational potential energy. He has the potential to do work because he's high up above the ground, which means gravity can pull him down. Gravity is a force, and when a force moves an object a certain distance, work is done. Let's see if we can figure out how good old Rocco here can do some useful work. What I've decided to do is I've decided to tie a little rope around Rocco. Doing alright, Rocco? Yeah. And that rope goes up and it goes over this hook and then it goes down and it attaches to my Dr. Pepper. Well, crazy plan, but it's worth a try. Let's see if Rocco can do some useful work for me. Sorry, Rocco. I'm gonna have to throw you off the porch again. Hasta la vista, Rocco. Holy cow, that came up fast, but I got my soda. That's right, Rocco did some useful work for me. Alright, so Rocco taught us about the first kind of potential energy, gravitational potential energy. Now, gravitational potential energy depends on two things. Number one, how high you are. Number two, your mass. Think about it. If Rocco had been a pebble instead of a rock, and I had pushed him off the edge of that, that railing, he wouldn't have been able to lift the soda. So how much energy you have is related to how high you are and how much mass you have. Okay? Now the next kind of potential energy we're going to look at, I have a few examples of it here on my little table. The next type is what we call chemical potential energy. Chemical potential energy has to do with the energy that is stored in the chemical bonds that make up a certain substance. Okay, so for instance, here I have the Dr. Pepper that Rocco got for me. Now, this Dr. Pepper, if I were to go ahead and eat it, or drink it, the sugars in it, my body would break them down, and when those sugars are taken apart, a certain amount of energy comes out of it, and I get that energy and use it to move. Same thing, Willie, come on now, buddy. See, Willie's thinking of eating this because he needs energy too. If I were, for instance, to give Wilbur this bagel, which he would love, he would eat it, and in his stomach, the little compounds and molecules inside the bagel would be broken down and turned into energy, which he would then use. Okay, so this is chemical potential energy. How is that chemical potential energy? Haha, I'm glad you asked. You see, a battery is a chemical reaction waiting to happen. Basically, when you connect the two ends of the battery together with a wire, electricity starts flowing from one end to the other. And as it does, moving electricity can do work. But before it's moving, it's potential. It's just hanging out in there. It's a chemical reaction waiting to create electricity. So batteries are an example of stored chemical energy. The next type of potential energy, nuclear energy. What is nuclear energy? Well, it's the energy that's stored in the nucleus of an atom. And it's not real easy to get that energy out, but when something like a nuclear reaction occurs, an enormous amount of energy can be released from the nucleus of the atom itself. And it's stored. It's just kind of waiting there to be used. And if it's used correctly, it can be used beneficially, but if not, we get things like the atom bomb that can be very destructive. If you ever see a symbol like this, stay away from whatever it is. What it means is there's a radioactive hazard. Now, sometimes signs look like this, sometimes they look like a little triangle, but they always have this unique shape, and often it's yellow on the outside. And what this means is there's the danger of what's called radioactive particles. Those are invisible particles that can go into your body and cause a great deal of harm. The final kind of potential energy we're going to look at is called stored mechanical energy. And my bow is going to help us with this. You see, stored mechanical energy is mechanical energy stored in something because a force is being applied to it. So, if I go ahead and I pull back this bow, right now, there is stored mechanical energy waiting to be used. Because I put a force on this bow, there is now stored energy just waiting to send an arrow flying on its way. Of course, I don't have any arrow in there, so much for that. So what we've discovered today is that we can look in depth at potential energy and see the different forms. We had Rocco, who showed us gravitational potential energy. We had our food and our batteries, which taught us about stored chemical energy. the energy that's held together in the molecules of different substances. Then we had nuclear energy, which is the energy in the actual nucleus of an atom. And then finally we had stored mechanical energy, the energy that is stored due to a force being placed on an object. And that's all for now, folks.